Marcus Chen stands in the conference room, his hands trembling as he reads the memo. The new regional director's name stares back at him. Sarah Mitchell. That name. He knows that name. His throat tightens. The woman he fired 10 years ago for not being a team player is now his boss. He thought he'd buried that day. He thought she'd disappeared into obscurity. He was wrong. Some debts, it turns out, take a decade to come due. Let's go back to 2014. Sarah Mitchell is 28 years old, working as a senior marketing analyst at Horizon Media Group in Seattle. She's been with the company for 3 years. 3 years of arriving early and leaving late. 3 years of turning every project into something exceptional. Her colleagues call her the closer because when Sarah handles a campaign, clients sign on the dotted line. She lives in a small apartment in Capitol Hill. Student loans from her MBA still eat up a third of her paycheck. But she doesn't mind. She loves what she does. She believes in meritocracy. Work hard, deliver results, move up. That's the promise, right? Her desk sits in the corner of the open office, covered with campaign mock-ups and client feedback forms. Awards line the cubicle wall. Top Performer Q3 2013. Most Innovative Campaign 2014. She's even trained 2 junior analysts who both got promoted before her. But Sarah doesn't complain. She figures her time is coming. Marcus Chen is her direct supervisor. He's 41, 8 years into his role as marketing director. He drives a Tesla. He talks about his vacation home in Whistler. He wears expensive suits and always seems to be networking, always playing golf with the VP of sales, always visible in the right meetings. His results? Average. His reputation? Untouchable. Sarah doesn't see the danger. She thinks results matter most. She's about to learn a brutal lesson about corporate politics. It starts with the Meridian account. A tech startup looking to rebrand before their IPO. Worth $800,000 in billings. The biggest pitch of the quarter. Marcus assigns it to himself. Of course he does. High-profile clients always go to directors. But 3 weeks before the presentation, he's drowning. The creative concepts are generic. The strategy is shallow. The client rep sends a terse email. Expected more. Reconsidering our options. Marcus panics. He calls Sarah into his office on a Friday afternoon. I need you to take a look at the Meridian pitch, he says, not making eye contact. Just give me some thoughts. Fresh perspective. Sarah works all weekend. She rebuilds the entire strategy from the ground up. She identifies 3 market gaps Meridian can own. She creates a campaign concept called The Invisible Revolution that positions their AI platform as the silent force reshaping industries. She mocks up execution plans, budget breakdowns, timeline projections. Monday morning, she hands Marcus a 47-page deck. This is really good, he says, flipping through it. Really good. Can I use this? Of course, Sarah says. That's what teammates do. She means it. She genuinely believes they're on the same side. The presentation is Thursday. Marcus delivers Sarah's pitch word for word. He uses her slides, her strategy, her creative concepts. The client loves it. The CEO of Meridian actually stands up and applauds. This is exactly what we needed. You really understand our vision, Marcus. Marcus beams. He shakes hands. He accepts compliments. Sarah watches from the back of the room. She's not even introduced. After the client leaves, the VP of sales claps Marcus on the shoulder. Brilliant work, Chen. That campaign framework was genius. This is why you're director material. Marcus doesn't correct him. Sarah tells herself it's fine. The team won. That's what matters. But then comes the quarterly review meeting. The executive team is there. The CEO mentions the Meridian account. Marcus, your innovative thinking on that pitch really exemplifies the kind of leadership we value here. We're moving you to Senior Director. Congratulations. The room applauds. Marcus stands, humble smiling, accepting praise for work he didn't do. Sarah sits frozen in her chair. She watches him shake the CEO's hand. She watches him accept a promotion built on her stolen work. After the meeting, she approaches him in the hallway. Her voice is quiet but firm. Marcus, that was my work. The entire Meridian strategy. I built that campaign. He looks at her like she's speaking a foreign language. Then his expression hardens. Sarah, you contributed some ideas, sure. But I developed the overall vision. I presented it. I closed the client. That's leadership. He pauses. And honestly, this attitude is concerning. You're being territorial, not a team player. I am being a team player, she says, louder now. I gave you everything I had. I'm just asking for acknowledgement. Lower your voice, Marcus hisses. People are looking now. You're making a scene. This is unprofessional. What's unprofessional is taking credit for. That's enough. His voice cuts like ice. We'll discuss this later. Later never comes. Instead, 2 weeks later, Sarah is called into HR. Marcus is there. So is the HR director, Patricia, with a folder in front of her. Sarah, we've received multiple complaints about your attitude, Patricia says. Territorial behavior. Resistance to collaboration. Creating a hostile work environment. Sarah's stomach drops. What? From who? That's confidential. But Marcus has documented several incidents where you've undermined his authority and made inappropriate accusations. She looks at Marcus. He looks back with practiced concern. Sarah, I've tried to mentor you, but you've been combative. I can't have that toxicity on my team. The meeting lasts 12 minutes. At the end, she's terminated. Effective immediately. Security escorts her to her desk. She has 15 minutes to pack her things while colleagues stare. She doesn't cry in the office. She saves that for her car. The first month is darkness. Sarah applies to 40 positions. She gets 3 interviews. No offers. Her termination hangs over every conversation. Can you explain this gap in your resume? Why did you leave your last position? She tells the truth. She sounds bitter. She doesn't get callbacks. Her savings evaporate. She moves out of her apartment, stays with her sister in Portland. She waitresses at night. She helps with her nephew's homework. She feels like she's 22 again, starting over, except now she's 28 with a black mark on her record. At her lowest point, sitting on her sister's couch at 2 a.m., she almost believes Marcus was right. Maybe she wasn't a team player. Maybe she was naive. Maybe that's just how the world works. But then something shifts. Her sister, Emily, finds her crying one night. You're mourning the wrong thing, Emily says. You're not sad about losing the job. You're sad because you believed the system was fair. Now you know it's not. That's supposed to make me feel better? No. It's supposed to make you smarter. Sarah starts reading. Books about power dynamics in organizations. About corporate politics. About building leverage. She realizes she spent 3 years being excellent at her job, but invisible in her career. She was skilled but not strategic. She decides to become both. She takes a job at a small digital marketing agency in Portland. The pay is half what she made before. But the founder, Linda, is a woman who built her company from nothing. Linda becomes a mentor. She teaches Sarah that visibility matters as much as ability, that relationships are currency, that you can be brilliant and strategic without being ruthless. Sarah absorbs everything. She starts small. She rebuilds. She networks relentlessly. She publishes articles on marketing strategy. She speaks at local events. She makes herself known. After 2 years, she moves to a mid-size agency in San Francisco as a director. This time, she documents her work. She builds alliances. She makes sure her name is attached to her ideas. Her campaigns win awards. Industry publications profile her. She's not just good anymore. She's recognized as good. At 33, she becomes VP of Marketing at a major tech firm. At 36, she's Chief Marketing Officer. At 38, she's recruited by Horizon Media Group, her old company, to lead their entire West Coast operation as regional director. The irony is not lost on her. But she accepts anyway. Not for revenge. For something else. Something more important. She wants to see if she's grown enough to face her past without needing it to grovel. The first day back at Horizon, Sarah walks through the Seattle office. It's been renovated. New furniture. New faces. But some things remain. Marcus Chen is still there. Still in marketing. But he's not a senior director anymore. That position went to someone else 5 years ago. Marcus is back to being a director. The same role he had when she left. She learns the story from others. After his promotion, Marcus continued taking credit for his team's work. But eventually, someone complained to the right person. An investigation happened. Nothing provable, but enough doubt. His career stalled. He's been in the same position for a decade, watching younger people pass him by. When Sarah walks into the Monday leadership meeting, Marcus is already seated. He looks up. The color drains from his face. She doesn't acknowledge him. Not yet. She runs the meeting. She discusses Q4 strategy. She asks questions. She listens to department heads. She's professional. Focused. Fair. After the meeting, Marcus lingers. Everyone else files out. Finally, it's just the two of them. "Sarah," he says. His voice is smaller than she remembers. I didn't know you were coming here." "Why would you?" she says calmly. "I want you to know." He stops. Starts again. "What happened back then? I was wrong. I was threatened by you, by how good you were, and I handled it badly." She studies him. He looks older, tired. The confidence she remembers is gone. "Do you know what the hardest part was?" she asks. "Not losing the job. It was losing faith in fairness, in the idea that good work matters." "I'm sorry. I really am." She nods. "I believe you." She moves toward the door, then pauses. "You're a talented marketer, Marcus. You always were. But you were so afraid of being outshined that you dimmed everyone around you, including yourself." "What are you going to do?" he asks quietly. The question underneath, "Are you going to fire me?" Sarah considers this. 10 years ago, she would have wanted this moment. The power to do to him what he did to her. But standing here now, she realizes something surprising. She doesn't want revenge. She wants something better. "I'm going to give you a choice," she says. "You can leave. I'll give you a good reference, 6-month severance, help you land somewhere else. Or you can stay. Really stay. Do the work. Mentor your team. Give credit where it's due. Build people up instead of stealing from them." He stares at her. "Why would you give me that option?" "Because someone gave it to me when I was at my lowest. And because I'm not interested in becoming what you were." Marcus's eyes well up. He doesn't speak. Think about it, Sarah says. Let me know by Friday. She walks out. She doesn't look back. 3 days later, Marcus sends an email. He's staying. He wants to try. Over the next year, Sarah watches him change. Slowly, imperfectly. He starts highlighting his team's contributions in meetings. He recommends a junior analyst for a promotion. He's not perfect. Old habits linger. But he's trying. Sarah doesn't become his friend. She doesn't forget. But she doesn't need him to suffer either. She realizes the best revenge isn't making someone else fall. It's rising so high that you can choose not to push them down. Here's what nobody tells you about karma. It's not about cosmic justice. It's about growth. When someone wrongs you, you have 2 paths. You can spend your energy fantasizing about their downfall. Or you can spend it becoming someone who makes their betrayal irrelevant. Sarah didn't succeed because Marcus failed. She succeeded because she chose to transform her pain into fuel. She took the lesson about visibility and power and used it without becoming cruel. She learned to be strategic without losing her integrity. That's the real victory. Not that she became his boss, but that she became someone who could be his boss without needing to destroy him. Power reveals character. It doesn't create it. When you finally get the chance to do to someone what they did to you, and you choose something better, that's when you know you've truly won. Not over them. Over the worst version of yourself. The world isn't fair. People will steal your work. They'll take credit. They'll push you down to climb higher. But here's the secret. Their ceiling is low because it's built on theft. Your ceiling is unlimited because it's built on actual skill. 10 years feels like forever when you're suffering. But it's nothing compared to a lifetime. Play the long game. Build real excellence. Document your work. Create visibility. Cultivate allies. And when the moment comes, when karma finally arrives wearing a business suit and carrying your old employee file, be big enough to choose grace over revenge. That's not weakness. That's freedom. Sarah Mitchell learned that the hard way. Marcus Chen is learning it now. The question is, what will you do when your moment comes?